Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for December. I hope everybody is well. We are going to start with your current energy, Cancer, and then we're going to look at the month of December week by week, all the way up to the end of December. As always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you, but do keep in mind that, we're looking several weeks in advance, so it is predictive in nature. Spirit, what would you like Cancer to know for December? What would you like Cancer to know for December? All right, Cancer, you're starting out with the Devil in reverse. Now, some of you are dealing with a Capricorn, and you have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So you're coming out of some sort of a toxic energy here. A lot of you guys are working on yourselves. You're working on your own toxic behavior. We all have some. But I feel like you're not talking with somebody here. You're not even keeping up with this person. You feel like they're very toxic. And I also feel like, I think it was Scorpio had this same card in the same placement. They didn't have the Devil, but they did have the Page of Swords here in reverse. Let's see what's happened here in the past. Some of you are dealing with somebody, or you were dealing with somebody that may have been lying to you, or, directly, or a lie of omission. All right, we have the King of Cups here in the reverse. So this is somebody you had feelings for, but I feel like you've sharply pulled those emotions and those feelings back. This is somebody who kind of took you out of your normal character, and I feel like you're kind of righting that ship now. Even though sometimes I feel like you're not quite sure how you're going to go about doing that. Let me see why all this is happening. Now, some of you may have been dealing with another water sign. Could have been a Cancer like yourself, or a Pisces, or a Scorpio. Show me why all this is happening for Cancer. Show me why all this is happening for the sign of Cancer. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, somebody was acting very selfish. Somebody was acting extremely selfish, very immature, particularly with the way they spoke to you. They could have been very cutting with their words, not really telling you the truth about things. And I feel like you're like, no, I'm not dealing with that anymore. Show me what's on Cancer's mind. Yeah, the Death card. Scorpio energy, but as you know, it's a transformation that's taking place for you, but you're thinking about something that has ended or needs to end because it's toxic. It's toxic, and you've pulled back from it. Show me what's coming in December. A lot of you are leaning into spirituality. Oh, look at that, the Queen of Cups. You step into your power. You're becoming very choosy about who you open up to, who you give your heart to. You're not going to give your heart to this person anymore that, you're not on the same page with this person. At one point you were. At one point, you had a lot in common with this person. So I feel like as you guys have worked on your own energy, stepping out of all this toxicity, you no longer have the same things in common with this person. Yeah, but it's empowering you, and you're becoming much more careful who you give your energy to. I do like that you are going into your power there in December. Let me see how Cancer is showing up in this reading. How is Cancer showing up in this reading? Yeah, I feel like you've ended something, or someone has ended, maybe they ended it, but I feel like it was you, Cancer. I feel like you're saying, no, I'm not dealing with your toxic ass anymore. All right, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Some of you could be isolating a little bit. This person from the past may have tried to put you into some third-party energy, which you're having none of, but there is a sense here of you being a little bit unhappy and kind of isolating. Let me see the energy coming towards Cancer. Some of you may not feel ready to date at this particular time. All right, so the energy coming towards you has the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who could have breadcrumbed you. They're not giving an equal give and take in the situation. Spirit's advice is temperance. Spirit is saying, lean into your spirituality, balance out your feelings and emotions, focus on healing. So let's see your outcome at the end of, and also to accept things that are, only accept things that are balanced here, which it does look like that's what you're doing. Now, your outcome is the Ace of Wands. So that's a passionate new beginning. Wow. All right, bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles. This is underlying energy. This indicates to me that you may have had an established foundation with this person, or there could have been a contract of some sort, a soul contract, a social contract, or, you know, perhaps a physical contract. But I feel like right now you're working at on your own stability. I feel like you're working very hard. You're becoming very aware of where you're giving your energy, what you're accepting into your life, what, you know, what's toxic and what isn't. And I do feel like you're being very careful with your energy right now because you're establishing your own foundation. So let's clarify. Spirit One is the Devil in reverse. Yeah, you ended it's a love relationship. And this person drained you. Their toxic energy drained you so badly that you had to pull back. A lot of you are kind of trying to open your heart up, but you're finding it difficult to do so because you've been very drained by this connection. It does look like there's been an ending here. It was a great loss for you. 10 of Coins in the reverse. I feel like you may not feel as supported right now by close friends or family as well. There's a sense here of you not really knowing where these people stand. So there's significant people in your life that you're not sure where they stand right now, and you're feeling a loss in all of this. Let me see why the King of Cups is in reverse. So I'm sensing that there's some trust issues that are going on. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, this person may have tried to pull you into some third-party energy in the past. I feel like while you're not really taking action towards them in the past, you're also not giving to them emotionally. You've really pulled back from a lot of people, it looks like. It doesn't look like it's just this love relationship. It also looks like you may be dealing with some toxic friends or toxic family members, and you're really evaluating all of this and trying to decide, you know, are these people really acting in my best interest, or are they being selfish? Show me why the Nine of Cups is in reverse. Yeah. So you're dealing with some very immature people. People who, and again, Cancer, I don't feel like it is just this one person. For some of you it may be, but I'm seeing that there's something to do with close friends or family members that are extremely immature. And you may be kind of cutting ties with some of these people. These are people who are brattish. When things don't go their way, they pitch a temper tantrum. They pull back. They don't want to talk to you. They're just people who are very selfish. And it's like you're recognizing this. You're recognizing it. And you're only having relationships with people who are giving something back, not just taking. Let me see. In the past, you may have even been a little bitter about this because I feel like it really hurt you. But I feel like you're going into December, you're like, no, I just need to cut some of these relationships off and be more choosy about who I spend my time with. Why is the Death card here? Why is the Death card here for Cancer? Yeah, you're moving forward. You're cutting off relationships that with selfish, immature people, and you're moving forward because they're creating chaos. And all you want is peace. So your focus is on, you know, transforming your life into something that is more peaceful. So let's look at December. Show me December for Cancer. Some of you could be thinking about physically moving as well. Show me December for Cancer. There we have the Three of Coins again. Now that's your underlying energy. We have Judgment. Page of Cups. So there's some new energy coming in. Nine of Wands. Five of Wands reversed. The Devil in reverse. Strength card reversed, and the Queen of Cups reversed. Now that does concern me a little bit, but let's not jump the gun. All right, so I do see you going into December. I do feel like there is a sense here of your emotions kind of being a little up and down, and that makes a lot of sense because you've been dealing with some really toxic people. And you know, the holidays, and some of them look like family or, you know, close friends. And the holidays tend to say, oh, you have to be together with these people. And so that could be causing a little bit of up and down in your vibration. Understand, Cancer, that even if these are close friends or family, if they're acting in a toxic manner, you do not have to spend time with them. So, you know, it's a judgment call. So I do see you really evaluating your relationships here going into December, really kind of trying to stay within your power, working on yourself, eliminating toxic behaviors within yourself as well. In the first week, I feel like you are going to be working very hard. We see you trying to, you know, make sure that your foundation is firm. There could be some sort of a contract of some sort, physical or some sort of contract, perhaps even with somebody new, but there's something contractual. I don't know if maybe you're signing a contract or whatever. There's a judgment call that needs to be made with that. I do feel like it looks very positive. That would be in the first week. I also see somebody new coming into your energy in the first week. And again, there's that judgment call. You could be revisited by someone from your past as well in the first week of December who is going to be apologizing to you, but you don't trust this person for anything. You may be like, okay, I accept your apology just because you don't want to fight with them anymore. But ultimately, you don't feel the same towards this person that you like you used to. So you're using a lot of discretion. You're using a lot of, you know, judgment calls in that first week. But really and truly, you're like, I have to step into my own power. I have to make sure that I am stable. So in the second week, I do feel that you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed. It's either because of someone new in your energy or this person that's returning, or it could be both. So there's a sense of feeling a little bit overwhelmed, not really trusting this person from the past, but also having some trust issues with this new individual as well. If you have had conflict with somebody from the past, I feel like you are going to resolve that in the third week. Just because you don't want to fight. You don't want to have an issue with somebody. That being said, you still don't trust this person. You're just tired of fighting with people. You're tired of all the conflict. And so I feel like in the middle of the month, you kind of step out of that energy of conflict. You really just are saying, you know, let bygones be bygones, but I don't trust you. I do see also in the third week, not only does some sort of conflict end, some of you, if there are any type of toxic energies within yourself, you're going to be working on yourself a lot, because I do feel like you're recognizing in the third week that that is something that you need to do. It's something that is taking away from your normal good vibration, and it's taking you kind of out of pocket, and you don't like it. In the fourth week, in the final week of December, I do feel like you're trying to work up the courage to open your heart again. There is a sense here of you being extremely choosy about, you know, relationships, because you just don't want to deal with any more toxic energy. And I do feel like, you know, the secret for you is, as Spirit is saying, to heal, to lean into the spirituality to do so. But you're trying to work up the courage to make some sort of a decision with regard to your feelings and emotions. So let's look at how you're showing up. Show me how Cancer is showing up in this reading. Oh, the Fool. Seven of Swords reversed. And the King of Wands reversed. So some of you could be entertaining the idea of this past person. There's something new happening here. It's like you wanting to take a risk, but then something is revealed to you, some kind of toxic energy, some sort of deception with this King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And I feel like you kind of pull back. It's that same energy of, no, I'm not dealing with your toxic ass. So I do feel like for some of you, this past person is going to try to come back into your energy with a new beginning and an apology, but they're going to quickly show themselves to be very, very toxic and deceptive. Whatever it is, you know about it, you're going to see it. It's going to be revealed, and you're not going to be happy about it, but it's going to cause you to pull back from this energy. And really not take any action. And it could actually cause you to be a little angry with this person. I'm getting very strong fire energy, but this person that you're dealing with from the past is a karmic energy. Yeah, this is a karmic energy. And this person, I feel like in the past has approached you with a lot of passion, but not with the feelings and emotions. So I feel like you're dealing with a karmic here from the past who's going to try to come back into your energy, but you're going to see them for exactly who they are. And while you're not happy about it, it is going to create that energy where you kind of pull back on it. Let me see the energy coming towards Cancer. The World. The Empress in reverse, Taurus, Libra energy, and the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is somebody who treated you disrespectfully. I feel like this is that past energy, that karmic energy, because they're coming back in and they're still not being generous. They're still breadcrumbing. They're going to come in with an apology, or at least, if not an apology, they're going to reach out to you in kind of a more of a sweet manner. But the truth of it is that this person, they're either focused on third-party energy, or they're just not recognizing you for who you are. They're looking at you and they're saying, oh, well, you know what? It wasn't me. It was Cancer. Cancer was being selfish. Cancer was the one who, who wasn't being very nurturing and kind. It's almost like this person is projecting onto you who they are. Because this person is somebody who is in a poverty mindset. They want to put an end to the cycle that's going on between the two of you, but they lack the ability to really be able to see the connection that's here between the two of you, what you're bringing to the table, what you're offering. This person may have ignored you. They were not very loving. They were not very kind. They were not very nurturing. Now they're going to come back in, and I feel like this person is going to try to love bomb you because they want to put an end to the cycle that's between the two of you. But the truth is that I'm not seeing the changed behavior with them. So be very careful of this energy. I really feel like you're going to see them for exactly who they are. Let me see Spirit's advice. Show me Spirit's advice for Cancer. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups reversed. We have the Eight of Swords, Page of Swords. Now here it's in the upright, and your current energy, it's in the reverse, and the Hangman. So there's somebody here, Spirit is saying that you need to focus on your healing. You need to focus on balance. That everything that's been so confusing and caused so much anxiety for you, if you just do a little digging, you're going to see this. You're going to see it. There's a need for you to look at things from a different perspective here, from a more spiritual perspective. There's a need for you to look deeper. There's something here about this person or this situation, or possible multiple situations, that's been causing you a lot of anxiety. If you dig a little deeper, you look at it from a more spiritual perspective, you're going to understand exactly why it's causing you the anxiety it is, and it's also going to lend itself to your healing. Okay, so let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome at the end of December for Cancer. All right, we have the Two of Swords reversed. So some sort of decision being made. Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Woof. So this is telling me that there's somebody new coming into your energy. This might be where you're trying to find the courage to open your heart up. This person that's coming into your energy, they could come in very passionately. In fact, it could even start as more of a physical connection, but it could lead to a commitment here. This person is somebody new. It's not the person from the past. This is someone new. And it's going to be your decision, Cancer. It will be your decision. Some of you, in order to make that decision, may need to consult someone that you highly respect in order to decide if you're going to accept this offer or not. So I see that because of everything you've gone through, you're feeling, you're doubting yourself a little bit. But there's going to be somebody new in your energy in December. I anticipate this person coming in at the end of the first week, possibly the second week. And by the end of December, there's a decision you need to make regarding this person. And you might want to consult somebody. But I do feel like this is something that may start small, but could lead to a real commitment. Okay? Bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords in the reverse. It's underlying energy, and it does tell me that you are not acting out of your ego, but you're also not dealing with other people who are acting in their ego, and you're avoiding conflicts. So, and I don't blame you. I mean, life is short. You don't want to be dealing with conflict all the time. Let's see if there's any further advice for Cancer. All right, so you have number 10. 10s are generally about ending of a cycle. So, and it does appear that you're coming out of something here that's been difficult. It's called grace. So give me a second and I'm going to read that for you. It says, this will be a time of balance and grace, of movement that is flowing and smooth, purposeful and free. All that must be done, and there is much that must be done, is attended to with ease and beauty. And you may find that others look to you to see how one can move through so much without losing their sense of dignity. Others about you at this time are only seeing the surface of what is taking place, whereas you are able to go deep within and understand the meaning behind gestures and words, actions, and energies. That's why this person from the past, you're going to see right through them. You are able to pierce the emotional camouflage so many people wear when they encounter others, and without prying, you see the truth that lies beneath. This makes you perceptive, but do keep your counsel, as many people need their protections and will not take kindly to feeling exposed. Instead, offer the example of movement through challenges without losing the best of who you are. Let people have their secrets and know that your perception of them is accurate, fair, and will help you fly above the troubles so many around you will immerse themselves in. Choose who you will offer your services to, who will be the beneficiary of your friendship and kindness, for your work has great value and must not be squandered with those who lack appreciation and an understanding of beauty. Choose to protect yourself through asking for your worth in all circumstances, without pride or vanity, but with a sense of honoring the knowledge you have and the skills you have acquired to ensure the longevity of your practice, whatever form it may take. You are a true and devoted person, and the Kitsune will help you to see your own value clearly and to ensure that all you do is honored and respected. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that really is the energy I see you embracing in the month of December. So good for you, Cancer. Yeah, good for you, because I do feel you're drawing somebody to you that is going to be able to, you know, really appreciate you. You've dealt with some people here, obviously, and you could be still dealing with them that are not appreciating you, and you finally had enough. So, all right, I do hope that this has given you some clarity and has helped you. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are love, and namaste.